Hello? Yeah, I'll be right there. Hi, Kristen. Welcome to the Jersey Girl podcast.
Thanks for having me, Madison.
Thank you for DMing me and offering me to come get a spray tan first
Of
off.
course.
It looks so good. If anyone's watching the video version, you can see it. It looks
You look amazing.
so good.
So good. I'm so glad I see it.
It's like
got
not
to see you the
orange.
day after.
It's not like, it
No.
literally is just like, it's beautiful.
If I saw you on the street, I would not be like, she got a spray tan. I just
No.
think, oh, this girl, like, she's just glowing.
My friend was like, you got like sun kissed. She was like, you look
It's
so
beautiful.
good. My dad, like, people that are like, spray tans are like, oh no, it looks good. Like, I understand why you did it now that I see it.
Exactly. And like your shirt's popping.
Yeah.
Like it just makes all the colors
teeth look so
elevated.
much whiter.
It does.
Like, I woke up and I was like, oh my god, like my teeth look so much whiter. Like it really just fully makes you just look better.
Yes. And I have people like some of my employees, they're like, I'm just a happier or a nicer person once I get a tan. Like it just gives you new
crazy.
life. It's crazy.
I know. So thank you so much for letting me get a spray tan. And we're gonna have like discount codes and everything for everyone. And we have our event tomorrow, which you're gonna be at.
I'm so excited.
And this is what this was for. So I'm so excited to like be tan, actually like you know, present my best self at this
You're
event.
Gonna look amazing, and I hope you get some compliments.
Thank you. So before we even get more into all this, can you give us a surface level just definition about yourself? Like just give us a little surface level, information about yourself.
Hi everyone. So my name is Kristen Dubois. I am the owner of BlushTan Summit. We opened November 2022. But I've been doing spray tanning as a side hustle since literally, I want to say 2012. Like it's been a journey. I started in college and so a few years ago, finally took the plunge, opened my own business. I'm also a mom of two little ones. I have a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old. So trying to juggle it all, but it's such a fun and exciting chapter right now.
Yeah. You were talking to me when we were getting spray tan. Also, that video is crazy. Like, me, like, in a bikini that doesn't fit, and then, like, with that hairnet on.
Stop, no.
Like, my digital footprint is gonna go crazy.
I mean, yeah, everyone between the hairnet, they're like, this feels like cafeteria vibes. Sometimes people get really nervous. It feels vulnerable, but you did great. It was your first ever spray tan.
I felt really comfortable. I was telling my friend, she was like, if I had to go in there, like, without really anything on, I think I'd be comfortable. Like, you make it feel so comfortable.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I didn't, the only reason I wore that was because of the video, and, like, I can't have my boobs just, like, out on the internet. But I did feel really comfortable, and I think the bandeau was a good choice anyways.
It was beautiful. I loved your bathing suit.
Thank you. Well, the bottoms didn't really fit, but...
And it was just cool, though, because obviously once we finished, you can see immediately the undertone, the difference. Yeah. And it just looks so natural even yesterday on you. You looked amazing.
Thank you. And I had a 3 hour, I think I did like more 9:30-ish, but it's still set perfectly.
It looks great. Yeah.
So telling me, as I was saying in there, that you had worked at a BlushTan before.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I started in college. Yeah. I am super fair skin, which you can kind of see by my skin right now. I was hoping to have a spray tan for this, and it just didn't work out. Yeah. But yeah, so the original BlushTan location, basically, I want to say maybe it opened in like 2012-ish. We can fact check me, but basically her first location was in Wellesley, Massachusetts, which is where I went to my business undergrad school. And it was a hole-in-the-wall location. She won't be mad at me for saying that. She started in an office building, kind of like this, but it was just one spray tan room, literally a curtain. It was just like bare bones. Best spray tan I ever had. So as a college student, I was like, wait, if I could work here part-time, because she was giving free tans, she was just starting to hire. She trained me. Eventually, again, I stayed with her for over 5 years, and I managed, she moved to a bigger location. But the crazy thing is, she is the founder of this product line. So she didn't have her product line at the time. But like now, if you look us up, she has over 30 locations literally from West to East Coast.
Crazy. And the stuff is good. I use the exfoliating mitt. I kind of want to buy the other stuff if I keep coming, just because, I mean, also, like, it just felt it didn't feel heavy. I was talking to my friend, because she went to, I think, like, one of the chain runs. Yeah. When I came yesterday for her prom spray tan, she was like, it felt heavy. I felt uncomfortable. Like, I felt like I was going to run. Yeah. Like, my dad came over, and he, like, tried to, like, wipe it. I'm like, did he? Yeah, I was like, see, it's not going to wipe. I was like, it's on my skin.
Yeah, so there's definitely reasons for that. She was super intentional with the product ingredients, so I could like talk your ear off of it. But
you can keep talking.
In terms of it not feeling super heavy and gross, a lot of products out there are oil based, so it's really heavy, clog your pores. Sometimes they add alcohol in it to try to like counter the heavy stickiness, which then dries out your skin. So she uses a water based product. super light and airy on the skin. It's as clean as possible. Like we only have 17 ingredients. Most have 40 plus. But yeah, it just feels super light. It doesn't even really have a smell. Did you notice a smell or super, super subtle, right?
It just kind of smelled like my, like, tanner I would normally use in general. And it wasn't like a gross smell. It was just kind of like you kind of could smell it when it was
over
on.
time.
But then, like, now I'm like, oh, I don't, I obviously rinsed off yesterday. Also, nothing got on my bed. I wore like long sleeves and like long pants.
As you should have. Good.
Even when I, like, obviously, you know, you get like the pantaloons when you sleep, it didn't rub off my sheets because I have white sheets. Like,
amazing.
Literally, like, there was this seamless experience.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that. And yeah, in terms of the smell too, like, sometimes I've had clients and they come in, they're like, I really don't want to smell. I've smelled some pretty bad products before, even like self tanners. Usually it's related to the quality of the tanning ingredient. So the more premium, the less of a smell there should be, which is what we use. We use the highest quality premium grade DHA. Yeah. And then we don't add any fragrances to like try to hide it. So that's why you will smell it as it's starting to set and develop. But once it goes away and you shower, like, it should be on.
It also, like, wasn't, like, a bad smell. Like, I don't mind that smell either. It wasn't, like,
It wasn't too strong.
No, not at all.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So how did it transition from you working at this spray tan place to, okay, I kind of want to do this myself?
Do my own thing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I was saying, so I actually went to Babson College, shout out, green too. But they're known for entrepreneurship. So I always knew going to college, I wanted to start my own business one day. Yeah. Didn't know what it would be, so was very open-minded. Yeah. But after I graduated, I had a marketing degree. I started doing marketing research in Boston. And so long story short, I worked in corporate for over 10 years doing marketing research.
That's a long time being corporate.
Yeah, and I loved it. Yeah. But again, like, there was always that itch in the back of my mind. Like, I wanted to always start my own business. Don't know what it could be. Don't know when I should do it. But once I had kids, I'm like, wait, like, I want to be the best example for them. Like, you're going to go after your dreams. Yeah. I wanted more time with them. So now I have the ability to do both. Yeah. So that's kind of how I got to where I am. I no longer work my corporate job. And so, yeah, I'm home with the kids during the day and then doing this on nights and the weekends.
So what was the process like of you just opening this up and having to get the space and the products and everything?
Yeah, so it was honestly pretty overwhelming, like, just the thought of starting a business in general, like, even if it wasn't spray tanning, like, all the legal, basically courses you have to take in terms of building your business and all the tax paperwork and everything. But once I knew I kind of wanted to come full circle and come back to Blush, she actually has a licensing program. So you have to apply. Thankfully, I know her. She's like an older sister to me. But she made it super simple. Like, basically, she onboards you with basically all the step-by-step things for opening up a BlushTan location. So it was super simple and easy. And then, basically the first year in business, I was still working my corporate job. So it was, when I tell you I was surviving, like, I wasn't even a human. I would go from my 9 to 5, which was not a 9 to 5. I would sign on at 7 a.m., work till 5, run over to Blush, get home at 10, keep on working the other job. Like, I had to put in the time and sweat to get it to now where I can leave my corporate job.
I feel like a lot of the times it looks so seamless on the outside, but you have to put the back end effort in to get there.
Totally.
And people don't see that until obviously you're succeeding. They're like, oh, that's just love. Like, you know.
It's a lot. Yeah. And especially when you're new too, you have to do so many marketing events, get your name out there. Basically any client, like, I would go in for one person and you just, again, like, you want to be there when someone needs you, be at all the marketing events. So there was just so much time put into it before it really started taking off.
So how did you get the word out that you were opening this and start building a clientele?
So I think, first of all, as you know, I think you're an expert at social media. Like, having an online presence is huge these days. So, like, number one step was getting an Instagram handle, getting a Google business page. And then from there, really leaning into local marketing events. Like, I would do farmers markets in Summit. I would partner with amazing workout studios like Jane Do, for example. There's amazing businesses in town in Summit, like the Refinery, Bar Method. So I would do pop-ups there and get to meet people.
Yeah. Were you ever nervous going to the pop-ups?
I mean, honestly, yes and no. I'm so proud of this brand, and I literally, it's changed my life getting an amazing spray tan. So I feel like it's not like I'm trying to sell anyone anything. Yeah. Like, I want people to experience because it can be life-changing. I think it's one of the best products out there. But sometimes putting yourself in, like, a farmer's market where most people are looking for groceries and, you know, walking past you. Like, you kind of just have to have, like, thick skin, wait it out, and wait for the right clientele to approach you.
Were you ever nervous when you first started doing spray tans and, like, you were alone in the room and, like, you were doing them? Like, I feel like now you were, like, a natural and they're, like, whatever, but
totally.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Oh, my gosh, yeah, because I was freshman going into my sophomore year, so a college student, and, yeah, she literally, after she trained me well, literally, I was the only one there, so I was nervous a little bit. I'm like, you don't know who's gonna walk in the door, how they're gonna be, but yeah, I think you just, again, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions, and I'm so glad I did because it was so much fun, and, like, here I am today.
You ever, like, had a horror story of spray tanning, or it's been pretty easy and, like,
Honestly,
seamless?
I would say pretty easy and seamless. Like, we get a ton of brides. So I had this one bride where she was doing a spray tan for her bachelorette. Literally, after we finished the appointment, she left and it started raining. Like, she wasn't expecting rain.
Yeah.
Raindrops hit her. She calls me. She's panicking.
Yeah.
But that's part of the job too, like making sure people are not stressed when the sometimes unfortunate things happen, like raindrops or sweat.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we were able to fix it, but I don't want my clients to ever be stressed. So I'm going to prep them and, like, try to tell them everything to avoid and what to do, what not to do, so they have the best experience. Sometimes life happens, so you have to be there to, like, walk them through how to fix it.
Has been, like, dealing with, like, younger kids, not dealing, but, like, raising younger kids while having your own business and having to balance that?
So it's honestly tough. I'm very lucky where I have a good support system between my family. Like, if I ever need childcare a couple days of the week so I can focus on the business or meet clients, I have a really great village around me. But it's tough. Like, sometimes people will call me and my son is in a little bit of a dog phase where he's acting like our dog and will start barking in the background when I'm on the phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And usually people are super cool about it. But it's hard. It's hard, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. How have you learned just like, is there any balancing tips you have for how you balance it?
I think at the end of the day, like, as much as I love this business so much, it's a part of me. It doesn't even feel like work doing everything. Like, first of all, like, being the best mom is, like, the number one thing to me. So when I'm home with the kids, I try to be so present. Like, I try not to be on my phone too much. Someone calls, I might answer, or if I know I have care coming in a couple of hours, I'll wait. But I try to be really present and just block out, like, when I'm with the kids, I'm with the kids. When I go to Blush, I'm at Blush, or when they go to bed, then that's my time to do work. So I try not to, like, do it at the same time because I don't think I'm being the best version of myself for either one.
Can you walk us through the process of getting a spray tan the night before? And obviously I have the video and everything, but can you walk us actually through, like, the night before, the day of, and after?
Totally. So yeah, basically step one is making sure you really exfoliate well. We want you guys to arrive with a clean base where you exfoliated really well, because basically if you can try to remove any dead skin, that's going to give you a better tan, especially as it fades. So I would say not even the night before, but even a couple days out, really start doing, like, a deep exfoliation, whether you have a loofah, a dry brush. We have this exfoliating mitt, which is amazing, and you use. I love it too. And then the day of, basically, you don't want to exfoliate too hard. I think that's a mistake. Like, sometimes people, they wait last minute. They're like, oh, I forgot to shower. Like, let me exfoliate and shave right before I come in. That's actually not the best for the spray tan. So the day of, if you want to shower, you can. I would try to do it, like, first thing in the morning, so it's not immediately before your appointment.
Yeah.
But you just want to do, like, a really basically, like, light shower with soap. You don't want to have any oil or lotions on your skin, deodorant, perfume, makeup. You want to try to arrive with a clean base.
Yeah.
In terms of packing, like, you can bring a bathing suit if you don't feel comfortable, stripping down to, like, your underwear. So you want to make sure you bring stuff to the appointment that you're comfortable wearing or not wearing in the room. You want to bring loose, baggy clothing, something dark that you don't mind the spray tan basically being in. And then, when you come in after that, again, you're wearing loose clothing, ideally flip-flops, as long as it's not raining. But afterwards, it's just super important to wait out until when you're allowed to take your first shower. Like, you don't want to get wet or, again, encounter any rain or sweat or anything like that. And then the aftercare, like, we go through everything during your appointment. Make sure you feel super knowledgeable and educated on what to do, what not to do, what to expect. So all of that we usually send with, like, a little take-home card with our clients, and we talk it through with them too.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, the biggest piece of advice, whether you're self-tanning or doing a spray tan, is really making sure you're moisturizing well after you get your tan and take your shower.
Yeah.
because the tan is only sitting on the top layer of your skin.
Okay.
So essentially, the longer you can keep that top layer going, the better and the longer the tan will last and fade.
How long does tans like normally last?
It could be anywhere from 5 to 10 days.
Okay.
I will say, like, a lot of our clients, they'll easily get over a week out of their tan. And that's also because, like I said, we have a water base and we also have other hydrating ingredients in ours. So it's not too drying on the skin. And so it just fades beautifully and it should last over a week.
So it kind of fades. It doesn't like, some of them have like that weird, like,
patchy or streaky. But yes, again, because ours is so light and as long as you're like preparing properly too, it should fade so evenly and naturally and beautifully.
Good. What's the most rewarding part about this job?
I think just like even immediately hearing people feel like, oh my God, wow, I feel so good. Or like, I was looking forward to this all week. Like, it's crazy how even just a subtle glow makes such a big difference in like boosting someone's happiness or confidence, whether it's their wedding day or, prom, whatever it might be. So I see that instant gratification when they walk out of here. And then the best part is, when they email me too and they're like, it looks so good, thank you so much, or they send me a picture, like, it's just so rewarding.
Yeah, and I woke up today and I was like, I just feel better. Like, I may not, like, I'm kind of, like, tired today, but I still felt like I had energy. I still feel, like, good about myself. Like, I feel like,
you look amazing.
Thank you.
Good.
You just, like, feel better.
You do.
My
it's
winter,
crazy.
except for my foundations didn't match, so, but luckily.
I know, that's the one downside.
When I'm tanner, though, I feel like I don't need to put makeup on my face. So I just, like, a very light amount of makeup because I just feel better overall.
So fun fact, BlushTan, where the name came from, the founder, Christina, she named it BlushTan because she feels like when you have a really good spray tan, you don't even need makeup. Just blush and you're good to go.
Exactly. I think I put a little bit of, like, bronzer on my face and a little bit of blush and, like, some mascara. And I was like, I really don't,
But you should feel confident just, like, walking out your door without putting on the makeup on.
I get a little insecure because I'm like, oh, I'm pale. And, like, I have, like, I have a little bit of acne on my face that's been, like, whatever. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But now it's like, oh, like, I feel like I could be tan. Like, you don't look at the acne, look at the tan.
Listen, that makes me so
happy. No, I'm telling you, I feel so much better. All my friends have said it looks good. Like, I haven't heard one negative thing, and people that are like skeptical are like, "Oh my God, no!" Like,
it looks so good. And I think sometimes the best compliment is when people don't even call it out. Like, you've been publicizing that you've been doing this, but like if you walked into a room and someone was just like, "Oh, Madison, you look great today. Like, did you do something different?" But they can't put their finger. Like, to me, that is such a good spray tan.
We'll see what happens this event on Saturday. What's interesting too is I was away last weekend, like kind of warmer weather, and I didn't get a tan. So I wonder if people are gonna think it's that tan. It looks like it though.
That's true.
Put it to the
Where
test.
did you go again?
I was on a trip. I went from Newbern, North Carolina to I was supposed to go to Key West, Florida, on like a yacht trip. My boyfriend first mates.
Whoa.
We did not make it there.
Oh no.
It was 8
Is that a story?
Yes, like 8-foot swells. Like,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It was not fun. I was great. So glad to be there. So thankful that I got invited. But I didn't even get to take any social media pictures for like because I didn't take pictures of the yacht, whatever. It was a fun experience, but like I was like, oh, but I'll be able to lay on the back of the boat, like tan. No, I was like in the bed holding on for dear life, trying not to vomit.
Oh my gosh, what a story!
It's such a story. He feels so bad, and I'm like, no, it's okay. It wasn't your fault.
Wait, wow, Mother Nature.
No, literally, but like we pulled into Cape Canaveral, and I was like, you could be like, stop, because obviously, like gotta get the boat together. And I was like, Nick, we have to get off this boat. And so he thankfully got us off. Like, he talked to the captain.
Yes, Nick, good job.
We flew out of Orlando. Like,
that's crazy. I was not expecting this.
Oh, no, it's like a whole story. I feel like I should a whole story time on this.
Oh, my gosh. But you know what? To your point, I bet you people will think this is from vacation.
Yeah, because I didn't publicize that I got into, like, a yacht trip from, like, hell. I was like, okay. I would, like, I'm posting my pictures I got, and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I'm like, yeah, guys, it was so much fun. No one knows.
Social media, it only shows the highlight reel.
It really does. And I think that sometimes I really need to show more. But I was like, yeah, it's like, whatever. Like, I showed, like, the first day when it was still, like, we were in the intercoastal, and it was flat.
Yeah.
This is such a story time. I need to start doing more story times. I think I have good stories.
I think that's a great story. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, overall, I think people might think this is from the trip.
It looks so good. Yeah.
No, it looks really good, and I really appreciate you giving me a spray tan. I think I definitely need to come more. That's my goal, is to come now whenever I have events and everything, and even before the summer starts. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of getting a base in. Do people come and get like tans during the summer? Do you see like
all year round? I mean, it depends on the person. Like, we get literally all skin types. So the people who tan very easily, I would say in general, I think just where we are in today's age, like, people know that spending too much time in the sun is not a good thing. Yes. Whether it's wrinkles, sunspots, skin cancer, hate to say that word, but I think if you do tan very naturally in the sun and you're spending time like outside in the summer or vacationing, maybe we won't see you as often. We'll see you more in the fall, the spring, even the winter, but we do get clients all year round. Because again, people seem like even when they show up on vacation, they're like, I don't want to just bake in the sun anymore.
No.
So
you're really seeing all the like long-term effects. I'm like, I don't really feel like I need to like lay out in the UVs. Like, I'd rather get a spray tan than like,
and you get the color you want without spending all that time with UV damage.
Even with the sunscreen, I burn, and like it just looks uneven, and then I kind of like patchiness, like,
and then all like flake. Yeah, it's so a whole thing.
Kind of like, honestly, this might be more like a once in a while, like, like maybe like once or twice a month thing.
Treat yourself, yeah. You feel good.
I was like, I think I was thinking about stuff this morning. You always have the lashes, you have the nails. There's always things I'm like, I don't really like. I don't want to spend my money getting my lashes done. Like, I feel like that's kind of unreasonable. And like, I think I don't even know if I'm gonna want to spend my money getting this done. But now that I've done it, I'm like, I could see myself spending money, like, like every month or so doing this.
Well, yeah, I feel like, again, it's one of those things where I also like getting my nails done and all the things. I feel like I'm actually more of a low maintenance kind of girl, especially with my crazy lifestyle right now.
Yeah.
But when, especially you have like an event, a vacation, or you're going to a wedding and you're getting dressed up, this makes such a difference, and it should last over a week.
Yeah.
So you're getting the benefits basically a week and a half if you're taking care of it.
Did I see on the website this is anti-aging apparently?
Yeah. So there are some ingredients in there that, again, a lot of our hydrating ingredients, whether it's hyaluronic acid, which is super hydrating, we have some caffeine to minimize fine lines, wrinkles, cellulite, but just in general, even the water-based, like, it literally is keeping your skin dewy.
So there's really like nothing bad about it.
I mean, no. Seriously, it's as clean as possible. There's actually some products out there that don't use FDA-approved tanning ingredients. And that was really important to us, that we're only using, it's called DHA. That's the only current FDA-approved, basically, spray tanning ingredient. So that's the only one we use. So I think that's super important, because not to say the other type out there that is not approved is unsafe, but we don't know, and it's a question mark. So that's not something we feel comfortable putting in our products.
Is there any advice you have to anyone who is thinking about getting a spray tan? They're a little nervous. Like, anything you would tell them?
So I would say, don't be afraid. Do your research. Find a place. Like, I would say, look at the Google reviews. Look at the Instagram pages. But I think what's also really important, and there are other places besides BlushTan that does this, but you want to know that they have different undertones for different skin types. Sometimes people look orange because either basically there's too much DHA or the other ingredient that their skin can handle. So you want someone who's really trained, asking you a lot of questions about your skin so they can get a good gauge of how much can your skin handle, but also what kind of look do you want. But again, for us, like, we actually have over 100 colors that we can mix. So hearing how your skin reacts in the sun versus mine, like, I'm going to give you a different undertone so it doesn't look orange. It's going to look super natural for you. So I think that's really important, just knowing someone who, again, like, has options and they're trained to understand, like, what is going to be the most natural for you.
If people want to come to this BlushTan, like, where can they find you?
So BlushTan.com/summit. You can also Google search us, go on our Instagram page. But yeah, you can always message me through Instagram or the phone number that's on Google. You can text it, call it. My email is summit@blushtan.com. But I'm always happy to answer any questions or help people book.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me.
Thank you for asking to come on. I was just so excited. People were like, okay, like, I want to come on the podcast.
It was so fun. I've been seeing all of your videos on Instagram, and I know some of your guests, and I was like, wait, this girl's amazing. I'm so proud of you, like, cheering you on. And thanks for coming and trying out our spray tan.
I know, I definitely will be here more often. I
hope so.
I think this will have to be a regular thing.
Good. We can make it happen.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madison.